America! Welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. I am your host. So, as some of you may recall, last week, Wednesday, July 15th, I had back surgery. And it went smashingly well. I will feel better in the next few weeks. In the meantime, I am kind of recovering. So if I look a little groggy today and like I'm under the influence of some serious oxycodone, it's because I'm under the influence of some serious oxycodone. But let's get started on the podcast, shall we? And today's topic is the biggest myths about traveling first class. So for many people, first class is sort of an ultimate dream. There's spacious seats, there's champagne, gourmet meals, and personalized service. It all sounds incredible. But there's also a lot of misinformation floating around. Some people think it's only for the wealthy. Others believe it's because it's always worth, the extra money that they're spending. And some assume every first class experience is going to be exactly the same. But the truth is actually a bit more nuanced than that. Today, we're going to separate fact from fiction as we explore the biggest myths about traveling first class. Because if you've ever wondered whether upgrading is worth it or how people actually afford those luxurious seats, okay, this episode's for you. So let's get started. Myth number one, first class is only for the rich. This is the biggest myth of them all. So yes, some first class tickets can cost $10,000 or more on international flights, but not everyone sitting in those seats paid full price. Many travelers use airline miles they've accumulated over years of flying or through travel credit cards. Others receive complimentary upgrades because of elite frequent flyer status. Some purchase discounted upgrades at check-in for a fraction of the original fare. And there are also last-minute upgrade offers that can represent excellent value. Now, I've met people flying first class who have paid less than the person sitting in premium economy. The lesson? Never assume everyone in first class is wealthy. Myth number two, every airline's first class is the same. Yeah, not even close on this one. Domestic first class in the U.S. often means a wider seat. There's extra legroom, complimentary alcohol, and priority boarding. International first class can be an entirely different experience. Some airlines are going to offer the private suites with the sliding doors, fully flat beds, gourmet dining prepared to order, luxury amenity kits, designer pajamas. There's onboard showers on some of these, or even private lounges before you fly. Now, the difference between one airline's first class and another's can be enormous. You need to research the airline, not just the cabin. Myth number three, business class and first class are the same. Yeah, they're getting closer, but they're still different in many airlines. Business class has improved dramatically over the last decade. On some airlines, business class is so impressive that many travelers don't feel the need to pay extra for first class. However, when first class is offered, it usually provides more privacy, better service, fewer passengers, premium food and beverages, and exclusive lounges. For some travelers, those extras don't really matter. For others, business class is actually the smarter value. Myth number four, first class means you're going to get better food. Yeah, sometimes, but on a short domestic flight, your meal is going to be fairly basic. On a long international flight, you might enjoy several courses on your dining. There might be premium wines, desserts, and meals served on real china with real metal silverware. Quite recently, my wife and I flew back from London Heathrow, London nonstop to Portland, and that particular flight had free alcohol service across the entire plane, regardless of where you were sitting. And you also got a free meal, and it was terrible. No, seriously, they had to put curry on everything. It was horrible. Oh, God. And then, even more recently, my son and I, as most of you know, we actually flew down from Portland down to Reno, which is about an hour flight, and our meals consisted of a jug of water half this size. And I got my nose a little bit out of shape because Alaska Airlines, the flight attendants went right by me with the card, didn't even ask me if I wanted any water or juice. That's it. They didn't even ask. Like they knew they were going to run out if they asked somebody, so they didn't ask me. Alaska. Sometimes airlines even allow you to pre-select your entree days before departure. The length of your flight often determines the dining experience more than the words first class. Myth number 5, flying first class eliminates travel stress. Dude, I wish that was true. First class can certainly reduce stress with, priority baggage, early boarding, and so on and so forth. But it certainly doesn't stop bad weather, and it doesn't prevent maintenance delays. It doesn't magically eliminate canceled flights. Even first-class passengers occasionally find themselves sleeping in airports waiting for the next available flight. Luxury just improves the journey, but it can't control Mother Nature. Myth number 6, it's never worth paying for first class. So that's going to depend entirely on the traveler. For a 1-hour flight, I never get first class, ever. A 15-hour international journey where you're going to sleep, eat several meals, and arrive ready to explore, wow, that calculation is going to change dramatically. And if arriving well-rested means enjoying the first 2 days of an expensive vacation instead of recovering from exhaustion, that value becomes much more easier to justify. Value isn't always measured by dollars. Sometimes it's measured by time, comfort, and energy. Myth number 7, first class guarantees celebrity treatment. Okay, you're going to receive excellent service, most likely, but don't expect the crew to treat you like you're some kind of celebrity. Flight attendants are professionals whose primary responsibility is your safety. Always your safety. Exceptional service is part of the experience, but they're not your personal assistant. You need to treat them with kindness and respect, and you'll usually enjoy a wonderful flight. Myth number 8, you have to book first class months in advance. No, not necessarily. Sometimes the best upgrade opportunities happen close to departure. If first class hasn't sold out, airlines may offer discounted upgrades through their apps or during the online check-in process. Of course, this is not guaranteed, but flexibility can occasionally save you thousands. Myth number 9, lounge access is the best part. So airport lounges are fantastic. I used to have a pass to get me into the Alaska lounge, and it was nice, although I decided not to renew it because, judging by our schedule from 2026 to 2027, didn't look like we were going to be flying out as much or as long as we were the previous year. So it didn't seem as valuable to me as it did the year before, where we were flying an awful lot. So yes, lounge access is fantastic, but not the end of the world. So comfortable seating, quiet workspaces, complimentary food, drinks and showers, and sometimes even spa treatments in these lounges. Many seasoned travelers would tell you the real luxury is actually not the lounge. It's arriving at your destination after actually sleeping on the plane. That can completely transform your trip. And I'm very jealous because I can't sleep on a plane. Can't sleep at all. Myth number 10 is one that I kind of roll my eyes at because it says once you fly first class, you'll never go back. Yeah, people love saying this. The truth is many experienced travelers happily switch between economy, premium, business, and first class depending on the trip. Maybe it's a short weekend getaway. Maybe it's an overnight international flight. Maybe they're saving money for an amazing hotel instead. Smart travelers choose what delivers the most value for that specific vacation. So is first class worth it? My answer is sometimes, but just not always. The best travel decisions aren't about buying the most expensive option. They're about buying the right option. If you're flying across the country for a quick meeting, economy is going to be perfectly fine. If you're celebrating your honeymoon or taking the vacation of a lifetime, first class could probably become part of the experience itself. There's no universal answer. The only answer is what's right for you. And my final thoughts are, luxury travel is not about showing off. It's about reducing your stress, maximizing your comfort, and creating better memories. Sometimes that's a private suite in the sky. Sometimes that's a comfortable economy seat with an aisle and enough money left over for an unforgettable dinner in Paris. The smartest travelers don't chase the luxury. They chase value. And those two things are not the same. All right, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who's always wondered what flying first class is really like. And until next time, just remember, travel is not about reaching your destination. It's about enjoying every mile of the journey. Safe travels, and we'll see you on Thursday.